too tired. I need help believing you're with me tonight. My wildest dreamings could not foresee lying beside you, with you wanting me, and just for this moment, as long as you're I'd lost all resistance and crossed the borderline. And if it turns out it's over too fast, I'll make every last moment last, as long as you're
Maybe I'm brainless, maybe I'm wise, but you've got me seeing through different eyes. Somehow I fall under your spell. Somehow I'm feeling it's something I felt.
every moment, as long as you're mine. I wake up my body and make up for lost time.
If there's no future for us as a pair,
And though I may know I don't care, just for this moment, as long as you're mine, can be how you want to, and see how bright we shine above the world. I'll be here holding you, as long as you're mine.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day
From the latest scoop around town,
to feel-good stories and messages of hope,
a few jokes and live plumbing,
highlighting local businesses,
discussing hot trends and news stories.
a dash of feel-good nostalgia,
I love those morning cartoons,
keeping up with upcoming events,
sometimes trying and delicious foods,
weekly horoscope updates,
an occasional flying duck.
some sparkle dust,
Don't forget my bell,
and my wand.
with our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Here is a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button. You're selling the house and he takes the commission?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense to you?
Okay, back
You
up.
always taught me, you don't make a bad deal
Back
to make a deal.
up. Back up. Where is this place?
Brick.
What bagel place do I go to? I
Palm
don't even
Beach
need.
Bagel.
Oh yes, on your model.
Is that where you go?
Yes, there's a place there. What time does that go?
believe it starts at, I got to look at the time. We were invited. Got a whole email. It's
I
meet and greet.
remember, but I'm not going to get there till 12 o'clock anyway.
Okay.
You wanted to get there early. Why? There's nobody there.
12 o'clock's fine.
Okay, so I'll meet you there at 12.
Okay, what time's your showing?
I just got to let them in at 11:30.
I've never seen like you list your house with a realtor and you do the showing.
Nah, he has a doctor's appointment.
He had something last week too, and then he had something the week before.
No, that's not true. Don't listen to her.
He went to the Heat game. Yeah,
Dawn,
Freddie.
that was 2 weeks ago. No, he's been back. We got a lot of traffic. I'm going to tell you something about when you're
Listen.
doing your thing, when you're selling your house and stuff, and you have to live the perfect life. All of a sudden, I can't just throw my underwear anywhere.
No.
My socks can't be anywhere. Everything got to be in a place.
Everything has to be
I
in a
hate
place.
that. I hate it.
So we're in the process now of finding an iguana hunter. But
For
I've got
what?
the iguanas.
Your house?
Yes.
Call those kids.
He has moved his business to Jacksonville and he has suspended his business operations.
I guess it's not much money in iguanas.
So apparently, I got to find another iguana, but I've got stiff regulations. I am a no-kill zone. And Chuck looks at me, he goes, well, what do you want them to do? I don't care what they do.
Time out.
Take them away.
Time out. That's your stipulation.
Yes.
Because legally in Florida, you can kill them.
Not at my house.
Well, take them next door. but
That's
you
what I
can
said.
kill
You
'em.
just got to take them and do what you got to do with them because they're eating. Here was the breaking point. They ate my gardenia tree.
Oh, yeah. They eat everything.
They've eaten everything but my gardenia tree. So now my blooms are gone. So that's when I said you got to do something
Poison
about
them.
the. No, you got to be humane.
Put Alka-Seltzer in a piece of meat and they will die.
Where do you get the meat from? How do you know they're going to find the meat? They eat plants.
Oh, no,
they're
they're-
not carnivores. They're
You
herbivores.
Mix it up with some plant ores.
They're herbivores. All I can tell you.
They're a pain. I have them, and Linda also doesn't want me killing them. I tried drowning one in the pool.
They swim.
I held it underwater for 15 minutes, and I lifted, and the freaking thing swam.
I think they swim. I know they
know.
swim. They dive in the pool, they swim, and then they come out the other side. Their tails are longer than their bodies.
They go into the lake.
I don't have a lake, but
I
yes,
have a
they go
lake.
everywhere.
So this thing. So how long do you keep an iguana before it drowns?
And they don't. They swim. They're reptiles.
Unbelievable.
But it's the business to have in South Florida is all I can tell you.
So why don't we go to Home Depot? We'll buy 2 cages. And you put a banana in the cage, and once you get it in the cage, you can take it wherever you want, let it loose.
That works. I could do that.
Has there been an iguana infestation?
It's called Florida.
Yeah.
It's insane, and they breed. And
You like
apparent-
iguanas?
One of the trappers said that they
like
can
them?
lay 40 eggs a year. So imagine how
They
many
make
you
good
have.
scrambled eggs, I gotta tell you.
You're disgusting. Reptile eggs.
Reptiles. And
40
they have eyeballs in them.
And they say they lay eggs under your roof tiles.
Yes, that's right. That's why they're so destructive. And I try to explain that. Kaboom! You gotta get
And
rid
then
of
he
them.
tells me they use an air gun. And then I go, just stop telling me. Just take them away.
Who
It's
told you
almost
that?
like Chuck.
Yeah. Get an air gun. You get this trap. We'll go to Home Depot. Let
Yeah.
Chuck shoot him in the back
No
of the
guns
head.
at my house allowed either.
It's an air
You
gun.
and I could never be married because you do things
I may
the
shoot
Bronx
you with an
way,
air gun.
and I do things my way.
Put you in a trap zone.
I don't know, but it's
Those
time to
things
get
are
rid of them.
destructive.
They're very
You
destructive.
see what they're doing to my roof? You know what? I'm not gonna say nothing.
But speaking of roofs, the show we did last night with Laura Sanders, you did a nice job.
Did I? I
Actually,
thought so.
Laura did a really nice job.
She didn't stop talking.
I know.
But I asked one question and I said, okay, that's good for 15 minutes. I asked another
She's
question,
got-
that's good for 15
I
minutes.
know you
was
asked 2 questions and she was done.
I was done.
But what a great job that she has, right? She helps people bring their house up to where it needs to be to get sold. And I think she also has a program where she outlays the money.
To fix your house before it sells and then you pay it back from proceeds. That is ingenious.
Isn't that unbelievable?
She got a little bit afraid when I said, oh, you give me 100,000?
She's like, no,
Oh, that's a lot of money. But she says she's gone as high as 10,000.
So you do the fix-ups, you make it nicey nice, you do the staging, everything. House sells for more. It's ingenious. She gets a higher commission. You get a higher price point for your house. And then so that becomes, if you imagine putting $10,000 into your house, but then she talked about selling the house for $80,000 more. So you've really made an extra 70 by putting in the 10. She lent you the 10. You pay her the 10 back. Her commission goes up. You go up, and it's a win-win.
She has a real good eye. It only works when you have a good eye.
She
So
is so smart.
She went through something that I was showing her, and she told me the things that she would change, and it's the same things that I would have changed. But you know, she's offering the money to do it, and I didn't have it to do it. But it's ingenious. It's an ingenious program. You got to call Laura just to find out if you're thinking about selling your piece of property, and you look around, you go, man, but this dump, who's going to buy it? Call Laura. She'll make it
Financially,
smart.
she's
smart
even
sell.
working with people getting out of divorces. She told me a deal she was working on. Unbelievable. Smart lady.
She's
I would
fun.
not mess with Laura. She's got a heart of gold. She is smart, but
Her
she works
tongue
hard for her
is
client.
like a sword.
But she works hard.
Fu Manchu.
But she got a heart of gold. She will do anything for her clients. Nice lady. Nice show lineup you had last night.
I know, that was pretty
You
interesting.
had that
And what
surgeon
about
that's
the
is a
rock
drummer,
band guy?
right?
He's a drummer?
He's the drummer.
We got to call him back. I says, bring your group here. I got to tell you, there isn't too many times that I will say I'm wrong. But man, I was wrong about the green screen. But I'm going to tell you why I'm not 100%
We
wrong.
got to be careful on how they fly people in and out on it.
Yeah, that's number one.
I think
they're
that's
still
just
learning.
user error. Yeah.
They're still learning on how to use it. Number two, also what people wear becomes important. She goes on the green screen, her pants are going to disappear because they're green.
Yes.
So she'll be disappear. So you got to be careful of letting people know whether or not they're going to be on the screen.
Well, they always have a choice, but we've only had it for 24 hours, so
You
we're still
used
playing
it all
with
day yesterday, and we're going to use it at the midday show.
But the
'cause
American Idol piece was great yesterday. That was really cool. And what they did for the editor's desk, there has to be a way to do a split screen that we just haven't learned how to do it yet.
I don't understand why it didn't work.
I think I don't either, but I think
Mayor says you can't split screen the green with a
like a VMix call.
VMix call.
You should be able to put one screen and then, but he didn't know how to figure it out. But
Hey, but I don't know
to
what
have
there
the
is to
editor's
figure
desk
out.
at the bookstore yesterday would have been really cool.
I don't know if you can do that actually.
They're thinking it through. But I have to tell you, it was a great deal that we got, and they delivered, and they're having fun with it. So it
So I'm
levels
gonna-
up the playing field.
Well, we're going to take it to another level.
Today?
Yes. What we're going to do is you and I are going to be on the green screen. And then we're going to set up the set with green screen,
Morning. Okay.
with the smaller ones. We can ask Josh why it didn't work.
What?
We're going to ask you a question.
Okay.
But I want to do double screens, maybe move the smaller green screens around the studio to see how it can be effective.
Oh, now you like all the green screens?
I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to use it. I'll tell you right now.
We got some new furniture yesterday, doing some things.
Some people across the street took the old furniture.
I love how I get to do business here. I always get a little nervous because I find people in parking lots a lot. And I always wait to see when Freddie comes what you're going to say. And I keep waiting for you to say, oh, you found somebody else in a parking lot. But look at all the great people we meet in parking lots.
No.
We met Israel.
No.
We met our new friend, Karsten.
No, you didn't meet them in a parking lot. You met them next door. Your next door neighbors is not people you meet in a parking lot.
They came and they took the table. They're going to redo that table and use it as a work table.
I know. It's strong. He says, yeah, they took the leaf and everything. They're going to put a brace underneath it. I was talking to the workout sign.
Nice guy.
He says, you know, we needed a table. So we got a question for you. The green screen split with a VMix call does not work, apparently. Mayor says that if he has the green screen working and there's something behind them, and then a VMix call came in, so you got two videos going at the same time with the green screen, it doesn't work, he said.
You're not gonna. What it's gonna look like? It's just gonna look like it's gonna show the box, and then the green screen behind him.
So it won't pick up the green?
It will, but it's gonna look like, say you and Dawn are on VMix right now. It's gonna look like that box, and that background is gonna be the green screen. It's still gonna
What
show
happened to
a
the-
cutout.
What happened to the picture?
What do you mean?
If me and Dawn are sitting in front of the green screen, we got a picture behind us. Let's say this is the green screen.
You
So how in the world, if we split the screen, why would the green screen disappear on the VMix
because
call?
they would need it behind him. Behind
No,
the
no,
V-
forget
behind
about
the
him. What
vMix.
about us? No,
Behind-
2 separate boxes.
We would have to just test it out and see how it looks like.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do today.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I think it will work. What does one box have to do with the other?
Because when you're on vMix, it's gonna just show your background surrounding as a box,
Yeah.
as whatever that camera shows. You don't have a green screen behind you on vMix at all.
Right. No, he
So
says
it's
it
not
wasn't
gonna
allowing
keep-
him to swap from preview to what we see. It wasn't letting him switch it over.
But why?
I don't know.
But we need to experiment some more.
Eddie's experimenting.
Yeah.
Because what I would have done is, if it works without the 2 screens put in at the same time, then you go to Lynn, and then you go to.
He
no.
said it wasn't letting him switch.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
we'll figure it out.
Well, Bigger Nose, did you have your appointment? Did it go well for you today?
Mhm.
All right.
I can go and start getting stuff right away.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He's good to go.
They don't even ask you questions.
It was a renewal.
No
Yeah.
questions.
It's not a new process. So it's just me switching from my physician who retired, and I gotta find someone else that can sign me off. I guess.
I can sign you up.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
No, you
Did you
can't.
find someone? Or you need
Yeah,
someone?
it was just like when you see like a medical marijuana doctor, those signs or those places. It was just one of those. It
Sign
wasn't
you off.
bad. Yeah.
There's medical doctors, medical marijuana doctors.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, in
A weediologist.
our area, in our Boca, Palm Beach area, there's even more than I think down in Broward. Everything's holistic here.
Really?
My sister was telling me she gets referred to doctors up here, and they're all holistic medicine doctors. Everyone she goes down to Broward, they're all
Weediologist.
straight allopathic doctors.
Weediologist.
No, like allopathic, just
Weediologist.
the way it is. That would be funny.
A weediologist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, he thinks that I'm kidding. In the mail, I wrote $24.99, and I got my weediologist license. I'll show it to you.
That's your next job?
Yeah,
You've had some jobs.
I can give out them cards. Because they just give it, and then you have to go get it. They just say it's okay to have, and then you have to go get it.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's where it runs into muckiness. Because if you don't know what to get, you got problems.
You have your medical marijuana card.
Yep.
Woo-woo.
Speaking of
Woo-woo.
that, they were interviewing the parents of the kid that went into the bank and he shot up
Yes.
the bank. And the parents interviewed lovely people. They said, this is not how we raised our son. We don't know what happened. We always taught him, do no harm, do the right thing. And here's what the mom says. He only had anxiety. He only had panic attacks.
Panic attack is
So
very
here's
dangerous.
this slippery slope, which made me think of it. It's not only anxiety, right? Made me think of you. It's not only panic attacks. Not that anyone's endangering anyone here. You never know, as you always say, what's going to snap you. And see, because it's not only anxiety, I guess, at some point.
It's not. Yeah, it's just not just that, because anxiety is our internal thoughts saying bad things to ourselves. So it's when we let those bad thoughts take over our actual mind, and that's probably
That's the problem.
that's the problem. Yeah.
And you know, it's funny because people think that it's such a simple thing to resolve. It's not. I'll give you another bad example: marriage.
What was that word that those kids
No.
came up with the other day?
That was funny. You know, marriage is a very tricky slope because of all the pressures that you're under once you say I do, and now you have a family and all the things that happen. Anxiety has an alliance to making you desperate to do desperate things. I'm just saying, the more pressure you put on you, the more that trigger and that anxiety is going to grow. And just like
But what
Josh
you said
said.
is interesting. It's not just being anxious of heart racing and feeling like you can't control your physical being. Your mind, if your mind is saying bad thoughts, then that's not
You're gonna
just
have bad
anxiety,
thoughts.
right? That changes the whole, no pun intended, mindset of what you're thinking and what you might do.
It changes you as a human being.
Yep. You got to be careful because sometimes people need an outlet to let it loose. You know, if you hold everything back, you kerplunk, you pop.
So everyone needs just a good support person or someone by their sides to help them out.
But those support persons, are they always available? Sometimes they're working. Sometimes
No, but that's
they're this.
why we need to better our mental health, whatever you want to call it, in the nation. I mean, therapists. I can't afford a therapist because it costs way too much money. I had a six free trial. After that, I had to start paying, so I just said, screw it, I'm not gonna do it.
Was it helping you?
No, it didn't help at all.
All
That.
right, well, then that's the key right there.
Therapy, it takes a while.
You got to find the right therapist.
Yep.
You got to find somebody that, you know, you wouldn't just add any finger to your hand.
You know, my grandma, she's 80, and her whole life she has been so strong. Just, she lost her first husband, her second husband, she was a widow. Then she's lost like 3 children. And her whole life she was strong up until she turned 80, and she would start having like panic attacks or like mental breakdowns. And unfortunately, the people that are around you don't understand the mental illness, because a lot of times they think, oh, you're just crying like a baby. Get over yourself. Stop thinking that way. Start thinking positive. And so the support that you have may not be supportive anymore, because they feel like helpless how to help you when you're suffering and you're going through that. So yes, like Josh said, there really should be more awareness of mental health, because you never know when it can hit you.
It's a never-ending battle. In my day, mental health, they put you in Bellevue for anxiety. And Bellevue was the nut house in the Bronx. That's where they put you.
Wow.
They didn't have anxiety. They didn't
these said-
have medical marijuana.
But these parents came out and said the support from the community, and people reached out to them and said, you know, you lost a son as well. They couldn't believe how kind people have been to them, because it's
That's
not like
amazing.
they knew. It wasn't as if, like the kid in Parkland, that there were warning signs that they reported him. This kid had there was never anything. He came from a good family, good ethics, good morals. He was hardworking. He went through school and honor student, all these things. So they said the community has reached out to them and said, we're here for you too, because you lost a son and you're grieving also. They said they didn't want to come forward. They didn't know the response, because it's not about them. It's really about the victims. But
You
the
know,
other side of it.
it's powerful what you just said.
Yeah?
It-
Evil
it's-
thoughts controlling you.
It's hard for us to think for ourselves nowadays. We got parents trying to make us be what they want us to be, but then we go to the schools as well too, and they force us into this work environment. The school system's completely terrible. I don't want to go to math in the morning, science, and then blah blah blah, whatever. We gotta like start all over again and teach people how to be, I don't know, just human beings to one another.
What
We're gonna
about the
start
system?
Elementary system.
It's hard.
There's a difference between when we go elementary to high school. Elementary, we learn how to be kind and respectful for one another, but in high school, we stop trying to teach that.
Well, the competition begins, because when you get into college and you graduate college and there's 16 of you all for that one job,
But there was a difference
Independence.
between high school and college.
there is.
College, I loved with all my heart because I was independent. I got to be my own person there. In high school, I was forced to be, I don't know what it was, but it was just something different.
Well, remember, high school is when you're making a lot of decisions for the rest of your life. It's when you are changing. Your voice is changing. Your feelings are changing. The high school system is inadequate right now to handle all of the personal change.
But there's a lot of physical changes right now. We've got a lot of gender identity things that are changing.
lot of stuff
There's
happening.
a lot of pressure on
And there's a
people.
lot of old ways of thinking where they say, well, this is mental irregularity, you know, the change, the gender change. And they're calling it all sorts of psychological stuff. And they start making feel people even worse. They're not helping the situation. Sometimes when you see somebody cry, instead of saying, stop crying, ask, why are you crying? What's going on? And have a chit chat. Get a cup of coffee or tea, water, something, sit down and let them know that what they think is important for 5 minutes. Jesus Christ, why can't we do that anymore?
'Cause everyone's working.
Well, you know, stop working for 5 minutes. It ain't, listen, when I had my teams, I sat down with my kids before every practice. Gio would tell you. Because I wanted to know how things are going at home. And the kids were taught, don't tell coach nothing. I says, no, you tell coach everything. Because I want to know what's going on at home. I want to know why you eating junk food. Why are you not doing your homework? What is going on? and you had to bring your report card to me, and these are kids that were between 8 and 12, because I wanted them to give them a chance to have somebody to talk to. And I'm gonna tell you, I got a lot of slack for doing it.
So high school is hard for you?
No, I loved high school.
Oh, okay.
But just academically wise and
You gotta learn
mental
biology.
wise, I'm never gonna use biology again.
I know. I'm never gonna use it either.
It's more of like when people say like some kids really know what they want to do, so when they have to take extracurriculars that have nothing with what they want to learn about, then they kind of get upset. They're like, I want to be an artist, so why am I taking a music extracurricular and X, Y, and Z? I feel like that's a lot of the times what they do because they're just like, I'm never gonna use this in my life.
They want you to be a well-rounded person.
Yeah,
Because you don't know what you don't know.
They want you to be well-rounded. They want you to be able to have a conversation. They want you to be able to be an artist. An artist is a business person as well, to sell your art, if that's what you want to do. They want you to be intelligent in appearance and in knowledge.
Like Josh was saying, the difference between elementary and high school, like in elementary, you are being taken care of because of the young age. You start kindergarten at age 5, so they're, really little, and kids are just starting to learn. So we go through elementary being like cared for and protected, and we're learning. But then you enter middle school, it's like a transition in between the elementary and starting high school and teenage years. So it's like, it's a change for the child. And then once high school starts, it's like you become more independent. Like now you have to start thinking about what degree you want to get, what college
What
you
you're
want to
gonna do
go
with the
to,
rest of your life.
and what you're going to do with the rest of
Yeah.
your life. So it's
That's true.
they're all changes, like phases that we have to go through.
In Japan, they teach exactly what you're talking about. That's why they respect the elders. They have a different culture where they are learned to appreciate the things around them. And then that makes a better student. And that's why they're so good in math and science and all the other stuff you want them to learn, because
For the pressure?
Yeah, in Asia and Japan especially, and I'm not saying that the way they do it is wrong, but if we're comparing mental wellness to schooling, they have a really high suicide rate because of all the pressure they're put under.
well, you
For
gotta be
stuff.
Bruce Lee. It ain't easy.
Yeah.
Well, you heard what someone said to us yesterday. She was in, and she said in Thailand, where she's from, she's considered fat. So I
She's
guess
like a rail.
but she had tried out to be on TV, and they said
Lost 30 pounds.
her acting skills, how she looked, was great, except they wanted her to lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks to
It's
get down
crazy.
to 83 pounds.
It's a-
Asia are absolutely like insane.
83 pounds. She's what, 5 feet tall?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like Dawn in Asia is
True
your
that.
lunch. Like, that's-
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Before we wrap it up, we have a segment. What's the segment? See, and what am I doing?
So you just picking a hat, and we're gonna have conversations based on the hat. There's challenges and there's questions.
Inside your hat?
Here, you read the first one.
What's something that unintentionally makes you mad? Is it unintentionally
Yeah, like
or unironically?
unironically. Yeah.
What's unironically?
Like, I don't like it when people call boneless chicken wings like boneless chicken wings. They're just chicken nuggets. It's chicken nuggets. It's chicken tenders. They just redid it. They just like, that's a PR move. That's really annoying. Like boneless chicken wings, chicken nuggets. They're chicken nuggets.
That makes you mad?
It makes me
Boneless,
so mad.
boneless chicken wings are
That
by
pisses me off.
by weight.
But there's not wings, there's not no bones, there's chicken nuggets.
Okay.
What
Hold on,
what
hold on,
makes
hold
a
on.
wing? Buffalo sauce, right?
No,
No.
the wing is the chicken wing. It's got the bone. It looks like a wing.
Boneless chicken is done because of weight. You can't sell boneless chicken the same price as a chicken wing.
But a
Total
boneless
on the
chicken
weight.
wing is a chicken nugget without a
A chicken nugget is not a chicken wing.
chicken wing. What constitutes a chicken wing?
A chicken wing has a bone in it
So what if you take
and
the
weighs
bone out?
less than a chicken nugget.
So what if you take the bone out?
What about the thigh?
Then it becomes chicken. Then that you could use to make a chicken.
Nugget. So what's a boneless chicken wing?
You're not listening. Okay, listen up. Listen. You take the wing and you remove the meat. Then you make a chicken wing. They don't even use that for chicken for chicken McNuggets. They don't use that. But the weight of a chicken wing.
McNuggets. They use pig in McNuggets.
Well, not McNuggets, but you know what I mean, a chicken nugget. It's all based on weight. A chicken breast is weight, boneless chicken is weight, chicken wings away.
I was gonna say.
But what ticks me off is when people say stuff, the word ST happens.
Stuff happens.
Oh man, don't you want to tee me off? Say
Really?
that to me.
Boundaries tee you off also.
And boundaries, because I believe that people use it as a crutch. Oh, I have boundaries. That's like an instant excuse. And stuff happens. No, stuff don't happen. You make it happen.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Accountability is more important to me than using excuses. That's what I'm saying.
What about you, Dawn? What like unironically pisses you off?
I don't know about unironically, but things that irk me. Jayla and I were talking about this yesterday. I think lack of accountability,
Yeah.
right?
I
It's
said,
kind of what we talked about yesterday, but that wasn't the word you
I
used.
said lack of self-awareness.
That was it.
That's a good one. Because you sometimes don't realize what you're doing as you stab somebody in the back
But
or
when
something.
somebody, even if someone brings it to your attention, if you do it again and you do it again, at some point that really just elevates me because
Just like
we've
she
already
said.
had the conversation.
It's like she just said. Sometimes they don't realize they're doing it.
Right, like if I do something that annoys you and you say to me
You
that,
do,
that
every day.
really upsets me.
Every day.
If I do it again.
Every day.
And I do it
Every
again.
day. And I say, why are you annoying me?
Well, that's different. But yeah, he understands. We had this conversation yesterday.
What annoys you? What grinds your gears? We used to have a segment. grind your
Lately,
gears,
it's
remember?
been negativity when someone's just always like, "Oh my God, what if this?" and like just thinking of negative when it's like, don't look at things negative. Look at them on the positive side, and feel good. So sometimes it's like the negativity can be draining.
And that's all okay. What do you got?
Daddy?
What do you like?
Lack of self-awareness.
That's a pretty big one.
That's a big one.
You're going to ask Teddy. She's got a list.
You don't have one?
Life, it's everything. It's easier to name things that don't
How can
piss
you
me
say
off.
it's everything? You have almost everything you want in your life, minus a few things. No,
I
are
do.
you happy?
I'm happy in my life. Yeah, it doesn't mean I don't get angry.
So what grinds your gears?
Consistently.
Oh, it's just a consistent gear.
Yeah. Like people not doing their work. Pete, that wasn't a jab. That was just in general. Like when you go places, I don't want to say incompetence, but like I've worked a lot of jobs in my life, so I know how a lot of jobs work. And I hate when I go places and I'm like, hey, can you do this one thing? And it takes like 30 minutes and they don't do it. That pisses me off. Incompetence and lack of self-awareness.
Lack of self-awareness.
What
I
if
think
they
that's a
don't
big
know
one.
how to do it?
Ask for help. That's why I hate when
People don't ask.
But I hate that. You know what? That's a good one. I hate a lot of things. I hate when people are like, hey, I'm fully aware that I know how to do this, but instead of asking, hey, how do I do this? Or could you help me? They just sit there and
Because
don't
they
do
feel
it.
that it makes them stupid.
You're stupid or you look stupid sitting there.
But you
doing
know that.
nothing.
You know that. But, okay. There she is. Anyway, what about you,
Not
Mr.
winning
Mike?
Miss America anytime soon.
Boneless chicken wings.
Yeah, when people call boneless chicken wings not wings.
they're not wings. They're chicken
Well,
nuggets.
And he's a patient guy, so I can't. What bothers you?
me, I get bad road rage.
Really?
Like bad road rage.
Road rage.
Yes.
So maybe you shouldn't be driving.
No, but when I turn my turn signal on, that means I'm coming over. That doesn't mean speed up and then I go over. It means slow down and let the person over.
They're not going to do that. You
I
know it.
understand, but these
You
Florida
understand, but it
drivers
still gets you
are
crazy.
complete.
How do you get in a car with Baxton?
Huh?
How do you get in a car with Baxton?
I drive. Yeah.
Two dudes in a car.
I've been driving on I've been driving down here from Forest Hill to Boca for the past 5 years now. I don't know how I've done it, but
Make you crazy.
Road
yeah.
rage exists everywhere.
Huh?
It exists everywhere.
I understand, but I've heard stories about Florida drivers.
I was in the Bronx one day at a red light, and this lady comes over. It was right by the Bronx Zoo. And she comes over, and she was tooting the horn behind me. Da, 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 da. And she comes over, and I look at her, and I said, what's the problem? She rolls down the window, so I rolled down the window. She took off her slipper. her shoe and flung it at me and hit me in the face. Now, I was shocked. So then the light changes and she takes off. I went after her. And I flagged down a cop. Now, it looked like the slipper mark left a mark on my face. I said, this lady just threw a slipper out the window. That's assault. They pulled her over.
I was at Meisner Park with Nicole last night, and we were leaving, and there was a street. In the middle, there's the median. The median has like grass and trees and all that. There's a car on the median that right in front of the tree. It hit the tree. I don't know how the hell it got there.
He was drunk. It was Braxton.
No!
7 o'clock
I
party.
don't know. I turned around to see if the person was okay. It was just a college student getting out. I don't know how the hell he did that. But yeah, he was just on the middle. His car is on the median, and he hit the tree. I don't know how the hell he does that.
Yeah.
I love it.
There was no
What
traffic
about
at
you?
all.
What about me? What? I
What
told you, ST happens. I hate that.
Oh, that's what
I
you
hate
think?
that, and I hate the word stupid. You know, when I was growing up, Juji used to use, you're so stupid. You're so stupid. Man, me and him used to get into fist fights. Because I used to say, Juji, why are you so judgmental? What you think? And Juji was a smart guy. He says, you think everybody's stupid? Well, I don't mean it like that. Then don't say it. Because that is such a hurtful thing to say. To call somebody stupid is worse than anything else. Because you're judging them, you're calling them stupid, and you're acting on their fears, and I hate bullies. I
That's
hate
another
that.
one, the bullies.
That's where I thought you were going to go. To the bullies. All
Well,
right,
that-
so we're
that
gonna,
encompasses a
we're,
lot of
we're
things.
going to keep this for the week because I kind of like it.
All right, more to come.
What grinds your gears? I think Teddy came up with what grinds your gears back about 6 years ago. 6 years ago we did it. Up in iHeart.
No, I was like
Oh, not Del Rey.
that's already
Grind your gears. You even had a little thing that went, remember?
Yeah, we had a little sound effects, we had a little intro for it. I think we used it like once, and then he never said it on a show again. Because
That's
remember, it
not
was a thing of whenever you
true.
said it, and then it was supposed to be the sound effect, and you said it like once, and then you thought it was cool, and then for some reason you like never said it again on a show.
Because so many things happen in
like,
here.
oh,
A
okay.
lot of things.
It's her fault.
There we
It's
go.
all your fault,
It's always my fault.
Because and then she starts using that all day long.
Yeah.
Grinding my gears. And she tells her foot. And I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Many things.
There is a lot wrong with you.
Ready to wrap this up?
No, we're talking about you now. Pandora's box is open.
Have a great morning, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend and Friday. Tune in for our midday show, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.